I had worries from the past weighing on my heart, memories that wouldn't leave, tearing me apart. Then Michael came and said he could see all the pain I carried, he could help set me free. He felt what I was feeling, helped me clear the way, lifted heavy burdens, made them go away. Now I'm walking lighter, seeing brighter days. Thanks to Michael's magic touch, I'm feeling amazed. Energy was shifting, blocks began to fall, past lives were healed, I could feel it all. As the darkness faded, light began to shine, money started flowing, everything's just fine. He felt what I was feeling, helped me clear the way, lifted heavy burdens, made them go away. Now I'm walking lighter, seeing brighter days. Thanks to Michael's magic touch, I'm feeling amazed. Energy was shifting, blocks began to fall, past lives were healed, I could feel it all. As the darkness faded, light began to shine, money started flowing, everything's just fine. He felt what I was feeling, helped me clear the way, lifted heavy burdens, made them go away. Now I'm walking lighter, seeing brighter days. Thanks to Michael's magic touch, I'm feeling amazed. Memories from the past are fading far away. Thanks to Michael's healing, I found a brighter day. Energy was shifting, blocks began to fall, past lives were healed, I could feel it all. Michael Craven's on the scene, clearing energy like a dream. Feel the power, feel the flow, watch the darkness turn to glow. In the shadows light he brings, hear the joy as your heart sings. Every worry, every fear disappear when he's here. Clear the air, clear the mind, leave the past far behind. Feel the high, feel the free, energy flows through me. Raise your spirits, lift your soul, let his magic make you whole. Step into a world so bright, find your peace in the light. Every moment, every breath fills you up, takes the stress. Feel the power, feel the breeze in the symphony of ease. Clear the air, clear the mind, leave the past far behind. Feel the high, feel the free, energy flows through me. Clear the air, clear the mind, leave the past far behind. Feel the high, feel the free, energy flows through me. Raise your spirits, lift your soul, let his magic make you whole. Step into a world so bright, find your peace in the light. Every moment, every breath fills you up, takes the stress. Feel the power, feel the breeze in the symphony of ease. Clear the air, clear the mind, leave the past far behind. Feel the high, feel the free, energy flows through me. Clear the air, clear the mind, leave the past far behind. Feel the high, feel the free, energy flows through me. Clear the air, clear the mind, leave the past far behind. Feel the high, feel the free, energy flows through me. Clear the air, clear the mind, leave the past far behind. Feel the high, feel the free, energy flows through me. In the quiet of the night, I hear their call. Michael's wisdom guiding me through it all. The Lord notice opens doors into the light, clearing out the shadows within my mind. I'm breaking free, letting go of the chains. With every breath, I'm washing away the pain. Michael and Lotus, they show me the way. On this path to clearing, I'm here to stay. Energy flows like a river so wide. With every step forward, I feel alive. Tapping into truth, releasing the past. Finding my power, I'm free at last. I'm breaking free, letting go of the chains. With every breath, I'm washing away the pain. Michael and Lotus, they show me the way. On this path to clearing, I'm here to stay. It's not just about what we leave behind. It's the love and light that we choose to find. With Michael's strength and Lotus' grace, I'm transforming my heart in a sacred space. Oh, I'm breaking free, letting go of the chains. With every breath, I'm washing away the pain. Michael and Lotus, they show me the way. On this path to clearing, I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay. So grateful. Thank you. Energy flows like a river so wide. With every step forward, I feel alive. Tapping into truth, releasing the past. Finding my power, I'm free at last. It's not just about what we leave behind. It's the love and light that we choose to find. With Michael's strength and Lotus' grace, I'm just wanting my heart in this sacred space. Oh, I'm breaking free, letting go of the chains. With every breath, I'm washing away the pain, the pain, pain. Michael and Lotus, they show me the way. On this path to clearing, I'm here to stay, I'm here to stay. So grateful, thank you.
Used to feel so strapped, money tight and patience snapped. Debt was high and hope was low, now it's all a vibe and gold. The fears that held me back, now I'm cruising on the fast track. Manifesting all the green, life is now a winning scene. No more blocks to cash, money flows in such a flash. Cleared what once was feared, now it's money time, I'm clear. Every step I take with ease, opportunities like the breeze. Stocks rise and wealth multiplies, feel the magic in my eyes. Limitations are now shattered, all the worries never mattered. In abundance I now bask, living the life, don't let it pass. No more blocks to cash, money flows in such a flash. Cleared what once was feared, now it's money time, I'm clear. No more blocks to cash, money flows in such a flash. Cleared what once was feared, now it's money time, I'm clear.
Now watch me tap it out. Tap it out. Tap, tap on the eyebrow. Side of the eye, let it go now. Under the eye, feel the flow. Under the nose, let it show. Chin, collarbone, under the arm. And the ribs along the arm. Feel that energy rising, can you feel that vibe? Clearing all the stress, let that good stuff thrive. Tapping on my points, I'm in my zone. Letting go of worries, now I'm in my own. Now tap it out, now tap it out. Tap it out, tap it out. The meridian's clear, energy's here. Blocks disappear, now tap it out. Tap the side of the hand. Index fingers understand. Middle pinky thumb and back of hand. Clearing trauma just like I said. Clearing thoughts, don't you stop. Keep it going till the feelings drop. Breathe in deep, let flow free. With each little tap, I'm becoming me. Feel that weight lift as I let go of pain. Tapping through life, living on a sweet terrain. Now tap it out. Now tap it out. Tap it out, tap it out. The meridian's clear, energy's here. Blocks disappears. Now tap it out. Tap it to the left, tap it to the right. Tap it day, tap it night. Tap the fear, tap the doubt. That's how we tap it out. Now tap it out. Now tap it out. Tap it out, tap it out. The meridian's clear, energy's here. Blocks disappears. Now tap it out. Now you know how to tap it out. Clear the energy, no doubt. Child flowing free, that's what it's about. Keep on tapping, don't you stop now. Don't stop. Tap it out. Tap it out. Tap it out. Tap it to the left. Tap it to the right. Tap it day. Tap it night. Tap the fear. Tap the doubt. That's how we tap it out. Tap it out. Tap it out. Tap it to the left. Tap it out. Tap it to the right. Tap it out. Tap it to the left. Tap it to the right. Tap it day. Tap it night. Tap the fear. Tap the doubt. The doubt. That's how the doubt. Clear the energy, no doubt. Chop flowing free, that's what it's about. Keep on tapping, don't you stop now. Don't stop. Tap it out. Now you know how to tap it out. Clear the energy, no doubt. Chop flowing free, that's what it's about. Keep on tapping, don't you stop now. Don't stop. Tap it out. Tap it out. Tap it out.
Tap it out. Come on in. Here we are. Welcome everyone. Happy New Year's. Yes. Great to see you all with us. This is the New Year's 30-day energy clearing challenge. What if we make 2025 the best year yet by establishing what I think is probably one of the most important habits we can have, which is clearing the blocks to who we are to the point where it becomes habitual and you get such an advantage in life and you just become more of who you are. You feel better more often. Wouldn't that be amazing? If anytime you felt bad, you just automatically did something that actually got it to go away and it permanently changed your energy forever. That's what we're going to be doing here the next 30 days. And I'm very excited for you guys. A lot of you have been on these workshops before and you've learned some of these techniques. And that's great, but it really only works if we use it, right? So this is a different setup where it's going to be the encouragement to use this every single day for the next 30 days. And what is going to happen with all of you within this community and the things you'll focus on, the things that will come up, and the stories. One of the things I love the most about these groups that we have, especially when we have a group that is working together for an extended period of time, is the stories, is the results, is hearing from you and how you put it to work. That's really, I think, the most inspirational. I'll share some stories as we go, some different success stories and results that we've had with people using these techniques. But it's different when it's someone in the class with you that started with where you are at and use this with a fear or a phobia or with a marriage issues or a money issue. And then you start to see people get results over these next 30 days along with you. And one of the interesting things with doing these clearings, and Roger Callahan talked about this, right? Roger Callahan of the thought field therapy, who invented, he's basically the father of tapping, which we do a lot of at a very advanced level, not just at the EFT level, which is a good start, but very far beyond that, is he called a certain effect that people would have. By the way, is my sound okay? Can everybody hear me okay? It's not like super distorted or anything. There's a fine balance of it being the right volume and it overloading. So he termed this the apex effect. When people get clearings and they don't even realize the progress they're making because you just feel normal again, right? You just don't come across a certain trigger or something. And that was one of the most challenging things about this is that, hey, we get the results and we get people to have things, but then for them to actually realize they got the result and then, not to give it credit to what they were doing for that to make it happen. And so we have a system here for the next 30 days. Very simple. You're just going to simply, ask a certain question daily that you'll maybe start to reflect on and start to see the results. Because when you start to notice that this is what works and helps you get the results, you'll do it more, right? Instead of just thinking it's not doing anything. So, very exciting. Lotus and I are so excited for this because this is where it really starts. Our business, our organization, what we call this is Energy Clearing Mastery, right? Lotus and I practice on a daily basis with ourselves and others. And it's quite miraculous what we've been able to do compared to what traditional therapy does, if you can even call it that, maybe sometimes. I have my own opinions about it. Of course, in this class and on these broadcasts, this is really just for educational purposes. So if you do have a major issue or you do have a medical or mental issue, you do want to see a trained medical professional with licenses and so forth. I personally probably wouldn't go that route, but that would be the legal suggested thing to say on here, as we're also streaming on YouTube. So this is also today, day one is publicly broadcasted on YouTube. So if you do share, just know it's also going to be on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm very excited. The first thing I want to start with is I actually want to hear from you guys because I know a lot of you have already been practicing using the clearing techniques that we're going to share and use over these 30 days. And I'm interested to hear if anybody has any success stories with using this that you can recall. Has something come up where you used some of the tapping techniques or maybe one of the breathing techniques we've done or some of the other methods, and have you been able to overcome something and then you come across it again and you don't have the response anymore, or you get some kind of result that you've been intending, right? Before I play some of the pre-recorded ones I have on my end, it's great to hear from you guys, personally in here, because it's also encouraging for others. I know whenever I participate in the class, I try to be up in front and put my camera on and participate as much as possible so I can get the most out of it, which is probably why I'm in this position. Tyson, go ahead.
Well, the first encounter with you was huge. I was struggling with something for I don't know, 3 or 4 months around a breakup and just emotional attachments, which I think were triggering responses for just like abandonment issues and things like that. But I mean, we did one session and you cleared me, and all of that went away. And then just from that experience, you know, I took the little bit I got from that, and actually found some other videos and stuff, and was able to help my kids when they were scared in the middle of the night or right before bed. My son and I had we were watching some. Him and I like to watch documentaries, and we were watching stuff that we wouldn't watch if my youngest daughter was there. And he was a little freaked out. He's like, "Dad, I'm freaked out, man." And so we went through just the simple algorithm of tapping, and he rolled over and went to sleep. Just like that. And then it was just like, I don't know, a couple weeks, maybe a month later, my daughter woke me up and she was trembling with fear. And so I sat up with her in the night. We went through the same thing, and then she just rolled over and went right to sleep. So it's truly amazing what this work does. I've been using it, and then I did the 5-day clearing, and then I recently did the 3-day clearing. And the tapping, it works when stuff comes up. I do it every day since I've been doing it. I hit some really heavy stuff starting around the winter solstice. And I know it's the stuff that's in my DNA and in my chakras that you need that little extra for sometimes,
Right.
you know? And so, yeah, daily tune-ups is where it's at. But sometimes we do hit those. It gets a little mucky. We need hip waders because the muck boots aren't enough, you know. So
Good way to say it. Well, way to go.
And I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Very grateful for you sharing, and how amazing that you're starting to use it, and now with your children, helping them go to bed with nightmares or night terrors, however you want to say it. Isn't that phenomenal? Way to go, Tyson. I mean, fantastic. And the fact that, you know, you've been very involved since you started learning about this, and it works, right? Yeah, I mean, here's an advanced piece of information I'm going to share with you guys straight off the bat. And some of you, you know, this is being streamed on YouTube, and I think most of my audience is into this information, but this is advanced and this is far ahead. Mostly everything in life, because we've had so many past lives, everything that we experience in our day-to-day lives is basically re-stimulating past stuff and from past lives. And so the amount of charge that gets built up over time just in your normal day-to-day life is quite a surmountable equation of mental mass, we can call it, or energetic density. And so even if you aren't even aware of you having blocks, you have them, right? You have the density in your field, most likely, unless you had some kind of meditation. You just got out of like a yoga session where you just, like, you know, or you just exercise and you're just kind of on top of the world and you're feeling amazing. You know, maybe at that point there might not be so much to clear, although there probably is every day you're building up charge, right? Every day we have to brush our teeth, right? Every day we have to wash our bodies. Every day we have to maintain, right? Every day you clean the dishes. Every day do we clean and clear our energy system, because it builds up over time. And this is actually one of the challenges with doing sessions with people. This is coming from other areas, not just my experience. But when people do, you know, one-on-one sessions, for example, and, you know, maybe they see us or see a practitioner once a week, you'll definitely make a lot of progress with us anyways. And I'm sure there's others that you can too. But if you don't clear yourself before you get on that session, the practitioner then has to deal with all that stuff you haven't dealt with in the past few weeks, right? And all this stuff builds up over time. And so one of the great benefits of this for Lotus and I, anyways, is some of you that work with us on a regular basis, it's going to be easier for you to get your results when you come on our sessions because you've already started to peel away layers and release the density. So, and it's because of past life restimulation. So on the contrary, if we are clearing every day, is that then clearing some of the past life restimulation and some of the layers that come from those past lives? Yeah. It's tricky though, because a lot of times you might not see results directly if you're not really focusing on something very specific, right? With Tyson and his children, they obviously had a very specific thing. And the fact that they cleared that is now that night terror thing and whatever they're afraid of in that same way will never come back for them in the same way. Right? So there is a lasting effect, and sometimes things do come back again, but they won't come back in the same way, and usually not with the same intensity. Or sometimes they'll come back with more intensity now that you have cleared the callousness to it, or the resistance to it, or the suppression to it, right? So there's so many layers and so many things to clear. This is the start of it, and this is how it continues, right? Doing it on a daily basis. So thank you so much, Tyson, for sharing that, not only for yourself and your children. Would anybody else like to share? Deborah, go ahead. Thank you.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Yeah, good to see you all. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And I also joined the 5-day clearing course, like I think a few weeks ago,
Yep.
and the 3 days event. And ever since then, I also actually started to do the sore spot technique quite frequently, like especially when I feel like stuff is coming up. And sometimes I cannot even exactly pinpoint, okay, what it is. I just notice I feel like heavy, or I feel not good, right? And so every time I notice, okay, I don't know exactly why I feel that way. I'm just doing a sore spot and trying to figure out what's going on. And especially, I started to work as a coach on the side like a few weeks ago, and I feel very nervous still before these calls because it's still new, and I'm started to getting a little bit stuck in my head sometimes and getting nervous. And so I'm doing it before the sessions, and I just noticed that it helps me to calm down. And after the sore spot, I'm doing the technique we learned, like tapping all the points. And I feel sometimes it's not everything gone, but I definitely feel more relaxed and calmer. So yeah.
Way to go. That's a great way to use this. And that's another thing, I really appreciate you sharing this, is now that's going to give someone else an idea of how to use this, right? Now is someone else thinking out that, oh, actually, before I hop on one of my calls or one of my sessions or into a meeting, I can actually just do this real quick and actually feel better and more centered and easier and more like myself, and actually maybe have a better result at the end. Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing, and great to have you with us for all of these events. I'm excited.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you. Yeah, you're
Me
so
too.
welcome. Yep. And yeah, you also shared that, it's not all gone. It's still some there, but is it still worth it, Deborah, for you to make a charge that maybe is like an 8, 9, or 10 of intensity, 10 being the most charge you have with a negative emotion and 0 being nothing. And if you were to bring that 9 down to like a 3, does that help? Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely. And so even if you're not clearing the whole thing completely, you're still becoming more functional, right? Could you expand a little more on that? Maybe like times you've gone into the sessions without doing it, and then when you do the clearing beforehand, what's the differences that you may notice?
So I feel more centered. I also set the intention, before the session, okay, I really want to be present with the person and just feel like being grateful, and but also I want to be confident in these calls. And
Yeah.
it just, I can't remember not doing it before the call. So because it was just started simultaneously,
Oh,
the
okay.
coaching journey and going through the tapping. So yeah, I just noticed that it just helps me to, be more confident.
That's
Yes.
great. Fantastic.
Mm.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Great. Would anybody else like to share?
I have one.
Danny, go ahead. Danny Lee.
Yeah. This was a while ago, and my mom, I did this for my mom. So my mom went through something happened with her and her girlfriend, and my mom is very reactionary, and she was going to write her girlfriend off. She wasn't going to talk to her anymore. She wasn't going to be her friend anymore. And so I did the tapping for her because she had a bum shoulder and she couldn't move her arm. So I did the tapping on all her points, and I said, "Do you want to get over this?" And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "So just think about getting over this feeling." So we went through the whole procedure, and I had her do the sore spot and breathing and all that. And by the end of it, she was like, "Oh, I feel better now." I was like, "Great, that's awesome." So she felt better in the moment. It was hard to get like numbers from her, but the next day I went to her and I said, "So, Mom, how's Jackie? Have you talked to her today?" "Oh, yeah, we talked to her. I love Jackie." So this woman that she was so mad at, she wasn't going to be her friend anymore. She had totally flipped. "Oh, yeah, Jackie. Yeah, we talked today. I'll see her tomorrow. We're going to Scrabble." So instantly, and I did it for her. She didn't even really understand, but I
Wow.
just did the tapping sequence and cleared it for her, and it worked.
Wow. So when you say you cleared it for her, what does that mean?
Well, just meaning I did the tapping, all the points for her, like
On
on her
her?
body.
Like
Yeah.
you tapped on her
Yeah,
body.
like
Okay.
I tapped on her because she was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So I tapped for her and I just had her thinking about feeling better and not being angry and all of that while we were doing it. We just went through a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then I would ask her, "Are you feeling?" "Oh, yeah, I feel much better." That's better, dear. Thank you. Right?
Yeah.
And so, but then the next day, because I wanted to see if it had worked,
Right.
and yeah, she was like, it was like it had totally left her. "Oh, I love Jackie. Of course, we're going to Scrabble, and I talked to her today." And it was like she wasn't even, that was totally like gone from her recollection. So
Wow.
yeah, that was really cool.
Amazing.
I have to do
Yeah.
it for her now because my mom is really stuck in the grief cycle,
Yeah.
and she just had an heirloom go missing. And she's really stuck in that. So I don't know why I didn't think of it before, but I'm going to go down and do that with her today and tomorrow and see if we can relieve some of that pain for her. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing how that goes.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is such a great subject when we talk about relationships and, with someone else and an issue with another person. And when the block is there could be resentment or judgment and anger and all these things and all these opinions because the thoughts come from the feelings. And then when we change the feeling, all of a sudden it's like it didn't even exist, right? It's like it's just a different reality, different perspective. And it's so true. So to use this with the relationships you have, and sometimes when you're mad at someone, you don't want to clear it, So for you to do it for her, that's quite a blessing for her, for you to give that experience for her. But a lot of times, and this is one of the tricky things, and one of the big reasons why I'm excited about doing this for 30 days straight with you guys, is that a lot of times we don't want to clear when we really should. When we really feel like we should be mad, right? Or should be angry. But if you can come from a place where you're not triggered, you won't say things you won't regret, and so forth. So I think you guys understand that. Maybe some of you have yet to experience that. And so sometimes you have to just kind of force yourself a little bit. And this is where the habit really comes into play, because when you get triggered, all this stuff goes out the window. unless you have it like super habitual, snappy, unconscious competence, as some of us would say, unless you have it there, it's likely you forget and you won't do it, right? So, yeah, way to go, Danny Lee. That's fantastic to pass this on to your mom. Yeah, very cool. Well, there's also someone else I know that has been practicing this quite a bit and has made amazing strides in feeling good and clearing. And that's my partner, Lotus, right? She also encouraged us to do this 30-day challenge. She helped me put this together as well. So if you want to share anything.
Hi, Michael. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. Happy New Year 2025. How exciting is this? I mean, it's such an opportunity. There's so much focus on new beginnings. And there's also a little fear too, isn't there? Like, will I make it? Will I get my New Year's resolution? Will I actually do it this year? How many of you, I know this is true for me, so many years I've wanted to do something and then I didn't do it by the end of the year. And I end up feeling so discouraged and so disappointed. And I just want to cry my eyes out because I'm like, what is it going to take to finally do the things I want to do in life? Anyone relate to that feeling? And I'm really excited, Michael, because this is the first year of my entire life that I feel 100% completely sure that the intention I set today, because of this 30-day challenge and because of the work that we're about to do, I'm going to freaking do it. Like this year, it's happening. It is happening. Why do I say that? Because I have witnessed things change and transform that I didn't know were possible. One of my biggest stories with the tapping and how I've been able to use this. And isn't it cool how we can use this work for other people? Like Danny Lee used it for her mom. Isn't that amazing? And Tyson used it for his children with their nightmares. Like, this isn't just something we can do for ourselves. This is something we can then give to other people. It's kind of like the gift that just keeps on giving. And like, how cool is that? It's like great riches and great wealth that we didn't even know was possible in our own two hands, right? In our tender spot, right? And acknowledging the feeling. And so as Michael started teaching me this work and I started learning how to do it and I started practicing, I had a friend call me, and a lot of you have heard this story before, but I like to share it because it shows that things that seem impossible can become possible with this work. And so I had a friend call me and she said, Lotus, my dog just ate poisonous mushrooms and he's spasming and throwing up. And I went to the vet and the vet told me I can't. She said, I can't do anything. You're just going to have to wait it out. And I'd been working with Michael for over a year and I'd learned about clearing toxins, and toxins can actually get in the way of us manifesting everything we want, from losing weight to achieving our goals. Sometimes if we have mold, right? If we have other toxins in our environment, it can be the one thing that's stopping us from manifesting and creating what we want. Mold was a big issue for me for a long time. Okay. So this toxin treatment, I learned how to do it. I learned how to clear toxins. And so my friend's on the phone with me and her dog is dying. Like he's just spasming out. I'm on the phone with her. I'm not even with her. And have you ever noticed that when life calls you to act, even if you don't feel ready and you don't know if you can do it, you just do it because it's like there's something like you have to do it. You have to take action immediately. Oh my God, I can remember that my heart was in my throat. I'm like, oh my God, it's my friend's dog. Like, please God, like help me help her because I don't want this dog to die. And so I went through all the points that we're going to be sharing with you. I did the toxin release and within 30 minutes, that dog got up and went outside and it went pee. And anyone who's worked with animals who are sick will tell you that that's like you cry because that shows that the animal's recovering. Right. So I didn't want to leave her there. I wanted to fully help the animal get the toxins out of the body. And so I worked with her the next day. God, I get so emotional just thinking about this. And so we worked with her the next day, and we did the clearing. And the dog got up and went out and went poop, which I know that sounds silly, but if an animal can't go to the bathroom, it's going to die, right? And it was in that moment that we knew the dog was going to live. And I saw her last year, and she said, Lotus, every time we think of you, we think Lotus saved your life. And that was the moment, Michael, I realized that this work could really save lives. And I started thinking about all the people it could help one day, like air flight attendants who maybe is on an airplane and someone has a peanut allergy. And like, what if they knew how to do the tapping? What if they knew how to clear? And then years later, I was at my mom's house, and our next door neighbor's house caught on fire, and I was the first person to get there. I was the first person to get there, and I put out the fire with the fire extinguisher. I had to get more. We had to call the fire department because the fire was so big. But afterwards, I was feeling really ill from breathing in that fire, like that stuff that puts out the fire. You guys ever been around that stuff? It's like the most toxic thing on the planet.
With the paint burning and all the toxic chemicals that had just burned.
Yeah, I called Michael. I was like, Michael, please do some tapping with me because I feel like really loopy right now. And so he helped me clear the toxin. And I was looking at the firefighters, you guys, and I was thinking, what is it like to be a firefighter and breathe in all that toxic substance all the time? And like, what would it be like to teach them how to do the toxin release? So if they get to a burning building and people have inhaled smoke, they could clear the toxins out of these people, right? And I just made me think about all of you, right? And everyone on this planet who goes through something and it feels impossible. Like maybe it's your marriage on the rocks. Maybe it's not having enough money to pay the bills and feed your family. But this work can make the impossible possible. Or like Deborah was saying, she's about to get on a meeting and she's anxious. She's overwhelmed. Anyone feel anxious before? You've been in a moment where you're just like so anxious and you don't know what the bleep to do. Like, how do I deal with this? It's so overwhelming. Oh, just rub that tender spot, right? Anyone rub the tender spot and felt the relief before of just like, oh my God, I can breathe again. Oh my God, I feel okay. I can function. And that's really why we're here. Deborah, Ron, Paul, Alina, Jedi, Lee, Danny Lee. You guys, we're here for you guys because we care we have this tool that can make the impossible possible. And anyone here ever feel like your dreams feel impossible? Like making your New Year's resolution feels effing impossible? Like how the bleep am I going to fucking do that? And so we're talking, Michael and I are just talking and talking. We're like, oh my God, let's do this. And we've never done a 30-day challenge before. We're like, this is a lot of days in a row. We're like, you know what? We have a tool that if you guys just practice it and you do it every day, can you imagine having the ability to save lives, to be able to help your neighbor or your friend get out of anxiety, to finally break free of a trauma or a drama that's been holding you back for how many lifetimes? Did Michael say lifetimes? Yeah, lifetimes. And when you have a gift like this, you can't keep it to yourself. And remember, see Harry Potter? And you remember the golden snitch that he chases on his broomstick and it's always like just right ahead of him? Imagine if you had the golden snitch. Like you'd have to like give it out to the world, right? Like you couldn't keep that kind of magic to yourself, right? And so that's why we're here is we want you all to catch the golden snitch this year. We want you all to catch the miracle and the joy of achieving your dreams. We were on a call yesterday with a client and we were like, so what would it be like to have that thing you want? And Michael, she said, it would be like, I feel like my heart would just be so happy and I'd be so fulfilled and it would be joyful. And it literally felt like I'd be flying. It'd be the best day on the planet. And we got to help her feel that, you guys. We got her to be to the point at the end of the call where it was like she aligned to that feeling completely. And she messaged me later and she's like, I'm so happy right now. And I was like, oh my God, like she's flying. Like she literally is that happy. It's not an act. She's not faking it. She literally feels that good. And that is why we're here. And that is what we want to help and assist you all to create today. And for the next 30 days, how cool we get to hang out for 30 days. I'm really, actually really excited. You guys are so freaking cool. You guys really are. Like, you guys, you're the best supporters on the freaking face of the planet. And we are so grateful for you and so happy you're here. Anyone excited? Just raise your hands if like you're excited, because like I think we literally may be about to create like worldwide miracles this year. Can you imagine if all of us on this call actually achieve our goals, wishes, and desires in 2025, and we're freaking doing it and flying and soaring like eagles? Can you feel that? Heck yeah. Woo! I am freaking excited. So get excited, because we are here for you for 30 days. And we're freaking pumped that you're here. And you guys are all miraculous and you're all miracles. And all of your impossibles are about to freaking become possible. So I just want to give a round of applause to all of you in advance for about the miracles that are literally about to come through in the next 30 days. Like, please get excited. Or if you're not excited, get ready to clear it. Thank you, Michael, for letting me speak.
Of course.
And thank you for the gift of this new microphone this year. It's been really exciting to get to share our voices even more powerfully with you all. And I'm really happy to be here. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, Lotus.
Everyone.
You are a great example of persisting over a large amount of time, and when things seem impossible, and how much you've been able to overcome has really been astonishing to me. And it's really because of you that it's pushed me to learn more and, you know, face my own things. You know what? I thought I didn't have any triggers. Well, how many? Like 4 years ago. I thought I did the tapping, you know, I did it here and there, and I did it quite a bit actually. And I thought I was done. But, you know, when you have someone close to you and someone in a relationship and our friends and things, you know, they will give you the buttons that you still have. And it's only until after you clear it that you can go, thank you for triggering me, because I didn't realize I had that block there. I didn't realize I had that button. Right?
Yeah. Anyone ever get triggered in relationships?
It's so funny. It's like our family members just know how to push our buttons. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, the clearings has saved Michael and I's relationship like about 5,000 times, I think.
Yeah.
5,000 times. And, you know, in those moments when we've been triggered, we've had a tool and we've been like, okay, we have to use our tool for ourselves. And then we clear the upset and we're like, oh, I love you. Like, that, what was that? You know, like, what was that apparition? What was that illusion pretending to be real? Anyone ever really like that apparition pretending to be real? Those triggers, right? They're pretending to be real. And then you're through them. And you're like, what was that? It's like smoke and mirrors, you know, it's like it was seemingly real, but in the end, it's not the truth.
Definitely not. Yeah. Great opportunities. Yeah. So one of the things we can do here, and when we do meet, we're not going to meet every single day. 2 to 3 times a week till we get to the 30th. We'll do another workshop on the 30th to finalize everything. When we do meet, they are going to be shorter meetings. This is going to be a longer meeting because it's the first day, just to kind of get things going on. We have some resources to share with you guys. I'm also going to go through the routine just in case anybody hasn't seen it before. And I also want to do some other advanced clearings in the group here to get us started. We have a money clearing group, and what we did was we cleared the past year, all the upsets and hang-ups that are still there, and then we cleared moving towards the 2025. And I'd like to do something similar to that, actually, with you guys here today. What in 2024 may still have you hung up still? Is there anything about 2024 that has you stuck thinking about it? Are there things about 2024 you may have regrets? Or are there things that you didn't accomplish that you still feel kind of bad about still? And I invite you to really confront these things, because it's very likely if you've had unfinished projects and unfinished cycles and you have a pattern of this, it's probably happened many, many years over and over again. And so what if we could tune into that and start to dispel and break that up and make it easier for you moving forward in these next 30 days? Anybody open to that? Yeah. Okay, good. For those of you who don't have your video camera on, I will assume you raised your hand because you're still here. Or presume, actually. I will presume you are here to clear because you're here. Okay. And so as I'm tuning into the group here, as a collective energy in the mastermind, we're going to focus on the throat chakra. And we're going to clear a block that's there. And now as I tune into this and think about it, I'm like, yeah, most people did not speak up or raise their hands. We got Shada who raised their hand. But most of the large percentage of you didn't. Probably because... does anybody want to... There's like an energy like that. And probably more too. Okay, so focus on your throat chakra, your throat area. And I encourage you to do the head squeeze exercise like Lotus was just sharing. So focus here, and you're going to squeeze on your head. Doesn't matter which hands, which side. And you're just going to exhale when you squeeze lightly. And do that about 3 times. And again, think back. Okay, 2024. What am I still upset about? What am I still hung up on? What did I not complete that I wish I completed? Is there anything that comes up? Is there a feeling when you think about 2024, the things I didn't do that I wish I did, the money I wish I made, the relationship I wish I had, the habit I wish I created? I didn't exercise like I said I was gonna. I didn't read the books I said I was gonna. I didn't do this course that I said I was gonna. I bought 12 courses. I bought 10 courses this year. I went through half of 2. Rub your sore spot and acknowledge the feeling that comes up from anything that was uncompleted, anything you did not do, any things that were stopped from completed. How do you feel when you think about it now? Even though I feel like what when I think about this uncompleted thing or these uncompleted things? Even though I feel like what? Insert the emotion. I love and accept myself. Even though I feel like a failure, I love and accept myself. I'm just going to give examples. Even though I feel down and sad that I didn't complete this, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel discouraged, I love and accept myself. Really face it. Really bring it up. Because when we go through the rest of this, it's going to clear everything. Bring it all up on the table so we can wipe it all off and clear it all off. What else? Even though I feel what else? Good. Now tap all of your points. Starting with the side of the hand, focus on it. Notice how it feels. Inside eyebrow, outside eye. Under eye, under nose. Under chin, under the collarbone. An inch out from the center or 1.5 centimeters out from the center on both sides. Under the arms, ribs, on your hand with the thumb, right next to the fingernail, on the corner, on the outside edge. Index finger, middle finger, pinky, back of the hand. Think about it, face it, confront it. top of the head. What was it that you were focusing on? What was it that you were confronting and clearing? What was it that you didn't complete or accomplish that you're hung up on that you feel bad about still? Side of the hands. Inside eyebrow, outside eye, under eye, under the nose, chin, under the collarbone, under the arms, like the chicken dance. Ribs. Keep your eyes focused. Keep your mind's eyes focused on what you're clearing. Confront it. Just sit there and be with it. Even though I didn't completely finish going to the gym or doing this course or reading the book. Right? Focus on it. Thumb. Index. Middle. Pinky. Back of the hand. Top of the head. Okay, deep breath in and out. Okay. Now think about the same thing again. What were the same things that you thought of? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much charge is still there? And please put this in the chat. When you think about 2024, the things you didn't accomplish, the things that are still there, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is the intensity? Not the number that comes to mind. When you feel and you tune into it, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is it? 10 being so extreme it's out of control, and 0 being nothing. How strong is it still? And I'm seeing in the chat, it's mostly mid-range numbers. We got 5, 6, 7, 3, 4.5. 4. Okay, good. 4, but a very persistent 4. Oh. Okay, good. I'm going to run through, again, the simple method. Then afterwards, I'll do some more diagnostic for everybody. So now, what you still notice there, notice your number. Do this, go to the sore spot, even though I still feel what? As I'm focusing on this uncompleted projects and things I didn't do, 2024, so forth. Even though I feel what? I love and accept myself. It's okay, I still feel blank. And as we go through, I'm going to continue giving lessons on all these techniques, and you're going to learn more and more as we go. But this is enough to make amazing progress. What else do you feel? Acknowledge everything else you feel. Is there anything else? Any other feelings? Any other sensations? Does it make your body stiff or anything? Any sensations in the body? Any emotions? Headaches? Heaviness, even itching, right? That can be a re-stimulatory effect that can happen. Okay, and still notice how much of it you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. Now tap side of the hands. Keep it in focus, keep it in mind. Inside eyebrows, outside eye. Under eye, under the nose, chin, collarbone, underarms, ribs, thumb, index finger, middle, pinky, back of the hand. Top of the head. Keep that in mind. Keep the focus in mind. Keep the thing that you are confronting that you want to release and clear completely so you can move forward in your focus. Good. Side of the hand, move through the points one more time. And I like you being able to see how fast you can go through this because you'll clear more. A lot of times it's unnecessary to sit on points, tapping them for a long time. Sometimes it's required, but more often than not, it's not. 8 to 10 times or 5 to 10 times is really the go-to. Although the back of the hand is in TFT traditionally tapped on 50 times total. Although I noticed that 20 times, 30 times is good. Just kind of sit on it for a little bit. Right, you can see Lotus even having a release right now with the yawning. Yep, Danny Lee yawning. So if you notice yourself yawning, encourage that because that is the release of unconsciousness. That is energy coming out and it needs to go somewhere, right? And yawning is usually quite an effect. That happens quite often. Burping happens sometimes too, or chills come through the body, or heat, even coolness. Very good. I may have distracted you a little bit as I was giving information. Okay. Now, please put in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10 when you think about 2024 and some of the things that you were just focusing on. That same thing. I mean, you may jump from thing to thing and then clear one thing and then feel bad another, feel bad another. But what was the one thing you started with? What was the thing that you were clearing and you're focusing on? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is the negative emotion now? So if it's a strong, it's out of control, it's a 10. I feel no negative emotion, it's a 0. I like doing the 0 to 10 because 1 seems to be that there's still some a little bit there. Yeah. Okay, we got some zeros. 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. So that's fantastic. So notice how much it's already gone down just by you guys doing the simple method. I did give you the throat clearing earlier just to get you started, but so notice how effective that is, right? And that's the super simple, easy part, right? That is the introductory method, but it's profound, right? And that's where we're going to start. And if you know more to the technique, right? If you know the head squeeze technique, if you know the brain clearing, if you know the collarbone breathings, if you know how to clear your chakras, and if you know how to do these other things, I would encourage you to do it. But really, it's all about creating the habit more so than anything. So keeping it simple and easy, to me, I think that's the simple and easy version right there, is really the way to go. As we go, maybe we'll add some more things on. It depends on how you guys do. Okay. Now here is here's the advantage of being here. Think about 2024 again. Okay? And I want you to pull up more of what's there, or maybe something else you did not accomplish. Or if you really want to dial this in, is there a New Year's resolution that you want to make happen this year that you didn't do last year that you can clear now? I think that would be the most ideal focus for you to get the most out of this. Because remember, fuzzy focus creates fuzzy results. Lotus and I did a lot of research watching EFT videos last night. It's just like, what is everyone else doing for like 30-day kind of challenges and things that people have done tapping? And I'm just confused how these people have so many followers and things. And Lotus and I got kind of sad too. It's like so many people following these individuals with these super introductory methods that are not giving full results. And so and I'm reminded by that because a lot of the phrases are just so all over the place with their focuses. So if you want to get results, get clear with one specific focus, right? So what is something if there's something you want to make happen this year that last year you likely did not, right? If that's a thing. Can you bring that on the top of mind? Can you focus on that? And maybe some of you don't have a New Year's resolution, and that's fine. Just think of something last year you didn't complete that you wish you would have. You know, that would be a good place to start as well. Does everybody have something in mind? I can just see, or I would give you guys more time. Yeah, pretty much. I see you guys nodded. Okay, good. Okay, so think about the things that you didn't complete that maybe this year you would like to. So you can really eliminate that and move forward with a lot more ease. And thank you, Lotus, for typing all this out in the chat. It's really helpful. Okay. Heart chakra clearing. Isn't it disheartening to not follow through in the things you wanted to? Confront that. Feel it. Tune into your heart chakra and notice how it feels that you did not complete what you wish you did. Because there's so much more to the story. There's so much more to the story. We're so freaking great. And there's so many past lives of being prosecuted and abused, and probably a lot of us in this life too, right? Because if you were to do the things that make you great, you may be subjected to the pain again. But hey, this is a new life. This is a new day and age, and you're likely going to feel great fulfilling what you really want to do. And notice these false stories that are still encapsulated in your field don't need to be there. So confront the story. Confront the feeling of the story that's still there, that still seems so real. And look in your mind at the things you didn't do that you wish you did. Focus on your heart chakra. And now do the sore spot, focusing specifically on the heart chakra. Even though I feel what now? In the chest, in the heart area. I still love and accept myself. Even though I feel heaviness, I feel darkness, I feel sad, disheartened, angry at myself. I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Rubbing the sore spot, tuning into the heart chakra, and just relaxing and releasing. And just witnessing the feeling. It's okay you have the feeling. You don't have to get rid of it. You don't have to move it. You don't have to change. Just witness it. And be open to noticing it being there. And notice how that starts to open your heart. And may that be how the flow of energy moves it out. Because that's not who you are. It's just watching a story that floats by. Good. Now tap on your collarbone, focusing on the heart chakra. I am always even better at getting over this. Good. Deep breath in and out. Okay. Take your right hand, make a finger knuckle. Okay, you're going to put these two finger knuckles on the left side underneath the collarbone. About an inch or a centimeter and a half down from the collarbone, and an inch or a centimeter and a half from the center, just in between the ribs, where those finger knuckles are touching on and holding that there. You don't tap with this hand, right? But you will tap on the back of the hand in between the pinky and ring finger metatarsals. Okay? And I want you to focus on what it would feel like to be cleared from these past uncompleted cycles, or things you didn't do, or things you wish you did. And how would it feel if you moved on from it and you felt peace from it, were free from it, You moved on, you didn't care anymore. Or maybe you cared in a more productive way. So what would the positive feeling you'd like to have when you look at this past scenario? What would you like to feel instead of what you were feeling? Exhale all the way out. Inhale halfway in, hold. And now breathe normally with that same focus, that same feeling. Okay. Next, tap the side of your hands. Focus on the center of your head. We call this the upper dantian, which is an energy field. It's denser than a chakra. My upper dantian is spinning correctly with this. And what is this? This is the positive feeling you're bringing in. My apologies for not being clear on that. So think about the positive feelings you'll have with the things you didn't do in the past. My upper dantian is spinning correctly. Okay, so now we're going to get your head spinning right. And then tap on the back of the hand, focusing on the upper dantian. Moving on from what happened in 2024. And how you're going to feel now moving into 2025. Now you get the second chance. And how do you want to feel about that scenario? It's possible for me. I can do this. I feel free. I feel released. I feel peace. I'm just giving you examples. It's your decision. Okay. Okay, good. Deep breath in and out. Now focus on your crown chakra. Think about moving out of 2024 with those patterns and into 2025 with your new possibility and how you want to feel with this. And do head squeeze exhale 4 times, focusing on your crown chakra. Get that focus. Focus on the crown chakra. I will want to feel moving forward from those past patterns and what I'm creating now. How am I going to feel? Good. All right, deep breath in and out. Okay. Anybody want to type in the chat how they feel now, compare to before to how they do now, around things you didn't do in 2024 and now moving forward? Is it easier to focus and think about them? If you think about them now, go back and think, okay, what was the thing I started working on? Now when I think about it, does it still feel heavy? Does it still have the emotion? Or does it have a different emotion now? Or what's it like now? Okay. Feeling much better, lighter, grounded and calm, lighthearted and calm. Feel so excited about what's to come, lighter. Who cares? Carefree. Definitely lighter. Fantastic. The barriers that have stopped me before no longer seem real. Good. Fantastic. Equanimity. Amazing. So that's going to be the advantage to come back on these live workshops. So I can do kind of these what do you call tune-ups, I guess, or deeper clearing, more advanced clearings. So you're going to be able to do your own stuff every day, right? And we're going to help you go further, right? And Lotus has some tricks up her sleeve too. Very cool. So to keep this this meeting brief, I do want to cover real quick, and I'm going to give you guys some links, and I have some stuff to share with you guys. Let's see what I got here. Oh, yes. Let's share how Jim lost 45 pounds using what you're going to be using.
One of the last sessions that we had worked on was getting healthy and weight and all that kind of stuff. And since then, I've lost 45 pounds. And my diet has been incredible. I feel great. Like I have like what I call like almost like a pivot point in my life. And there's a few people that really helped me change my life. And Michael is one of those.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
very.
So the tender spot. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this if you don't have this down by heart. Even though I feel what? It's all good. It's okay. I'll get through this. Right? It's like the devil's snare in Harry Potter. You face the emotion and you just relax with it to fall through. So, very simple, right? I know a lot of you guys already know this. This was covered in depth in the 5-day masterclass we did. And very simple. So that's going to be step number 1. And then step number 2. Is simply just tapping all the points like you saw. Now to make it even easier, and by the way, this printout is in the challenge Telegram group. Today I created a new group for this 30-day challenge, so we're not bothering everybody who's not participating. And so if you want, you can be in the group where these printouts are, and not just this, but also a calendar. And this is going to be crucial, and I really encourage you guys to take this, print it out, and put it somewhere where you know you're going to see it every day. And so this thing is just staring you in the face. I don't know, in your bedroom, right next to your bed, or in the bathroom, right next to the mirror. Where could you put this where you're going to say, okay, what did I clear today? Right? And it also has the tapping sequence there. So it makes it super easy. So even if you come to the end of the day and you're like, oh goodness, I didn't use it at all. Oh, I guess I could just do it right now. Just to make the pattern. And it's not that you do clear every day, which is important. It's more important that you just check in and ask, right? And you just simply ask this question, what did I clear today? And you can maybe, if you want, you can write down, I got stressed, right before my meeting. Whatever happened, right? You can kind of just document this. And what's good about this is because, when you get to further down the line in the days, you're going to notice that some of those things you wrote down, you're not experiencing anymore. And you probably would have totally been unaware of actually clearing this, but because you wrote it down and you're seeing it on the same sheet, it not reoccur anymore, it's like, wow, the miracle has occurred. It worked. So I'm going to keep doing it. So this is also in the Telegram channel too. And I was hoping to email this, but for some reason my email list didn't segment when you guys signed up to it. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. I think I have to download the Zoom registration and then send it out that way. I think that's going to... So please don't count on the email. I'm going to do my best to make that happen. But if not, go to the Telegram channel, and I do have the address. And I'll put it in the chat here. I encourage you guys to join. If you don't have Telegram, it's super easy. It's like a WhatsApp app. And it's a good app. We used to do our groups on Facebook, but there's so much distraction on Facebook. Well, there might be distraction on Telegram too, but I guess that's just what we're going with. So join our Telegram group there. Those resources are there. We'll also have all of the meeting information and daily updates and stuff like that, so keep you guys engaged. So any questions on that? Comments or observations with the calendar and practicing at least once a day, or just asking yourself at the end of each day, what did I clear today? Zach says, question in the chat box. Up. I'm not sure what that is. Do I have to... Oh, you did ask a question. Okay. Is someone on mute? Go ahead. What do we got? Okay. What's something to help bring clarity in focusing on when you're clearing? Again, what's something to help bring clarity in focusing on what you're clearing? Well, if you just observe what we did there, specific examples brings clarity, right? What was, I could have said something like, what is something specifically in 2024 you did not accomplish that you can focus on now that's going to help you accomplish something in the future, right? Or to get even more specific, what's the specific thing that's related to your New Year's resolution in 2024 that you're still hung up on, or you may have a charge with? So if for example, you want to work out, okay, so think of how you did not work out in 2024, or a time you said you were going to work out and you didn't. Think about that specific time, that specific moment. You get the gym membership, you showed up for 3 days, you never went back again. Okay, good. Focus on that. Go through it. Even though I feel what about day number 4 and never showing up again, and then thinking about it 2 years later. That would be the specificity, right? Specific examples. Deborah had a very specific example, right? Okay, in 10 minutes when I get on this meeting, I'm going to feel centered, confident, controlled, however you want to feel. Very specific. You have a specific moment in time to feel a specific way that's believable to you, and you're likely going to get the result. If you're going to go like, even though I want to feel empowered, I want to feel confident, I want to feel loved, I want to feel great, I want to feel everyone... You're just it's the shotgun approach, and you're barely going to hit anything. You may clear some stuff for sure, but it's unlikely you'll get like a really good specific result.
Can I add something here, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely.
One way I've handled this, because when you get this, it's a little bit like you're a kid in a candy shop and you feel like you just won the lottery and you could clear anything that you want to clear in your entire life. And you're like, what do I start with, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that's really saved me is to focus on what are you feeling the most intensely in the moment, right? What is the thing that's just top of your mind? You can't stop thinking about it. It's emotionally charged. It's upsetting. It's in your face, because that is going to be the easiest to clear. Easiest to clear. Number 2, how much can you focus on that thing? Like, imagine clearing every distraction and getting as plugged into that thing as possible. Like, there's no other distraction. It's just you and that issue. Like, the TV's not on, you're not out and about. You're focused on that thing, because whatever your mind is focusing on, that's what you're going to clear. Yeah. So if you're watching,
this is a really great point you're bringing up, Lotus. And this will be the determining factor whether you tap on stuff and clear it, or you don't tap on it and don't clear it. What is your ability to just sit with it and look at it in the face as best you can? And some of you have different challenges, but that's one of the big things. Can you just actually sit with it without fidgeting, without trying to look at your phone, without being distracted, and actually sit with it and look at it? Let it come up and then clear.
There's a feeling when it's clear.
How do you know? Susanna asks, yes, how do we know when we cleared? On a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is it now? I don't know if it's cleared. Well, if you don't have a charge, then you did good. If you felt a charge before and now you don't have the charge and you're wondering, you cleared a lot of it, Is it 100% cleared? Could someone like myself or Lotus find more? Probably, but that's okay. If you get the charge down, that's really what you're looking for. Here, anyways, I hope that makes sense.
Victoria had a great question here.
Yep, Victoria asks, do we just do the routine, or are we thinking about something specifically to clear? Yes. Okay, I'm glad you brought this up, Victoria. So there's kind of and when I put the poll out, there's really 2 areas you can focus on here. One, which I think is really important, is to do the clearing every time you feel bad. Anytime you don't feel good, you just do it. Okay? Anytime you feel mundane, you do it. Anytime you feel sad, you do it. Anytime you feel angry, you do it. Anytime you don't feel good, you just do it. Even though I feel what? I love and accept myself. Even though I feel what? Tap all the points, tap all the points. Go back. What else do I feel? So that's where you're going to get the most benefit, I believe, when you establish the habit of clearing when you feel bad. Now, what if I have a specific New Year's intention? You can do that too. And that's, maybe that's going to be your one easy way to check off your day that I actually did a clearing today, right? So, Victoria, do you have a New Year's resolution or something that you have something specifically? If not, that's fine.
Yeah, definitely do.
Okay, good. What is that?
I am paying off one of our home loans.
Okay, to pay off one of your home loans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. So, how do you think you would go about that?
How do you eat an elephant? I've set up a regular thing.
Okay, well, let me back up. I mean, I'm not going to get into the specifics of how you're going to go about it, but to use the clearing with it. How would you?
It was also my thing for last year, so I cleared it, and now
Nice.
I want it to be this year.
Oh, fantastic! How perfect. So, how would you go about using the clearing technique for this example?
So I would probably still clear some of the negative, make sure that's all gone, and then maybe roll back to how I want to feel about it.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we're going to keep working on that exact process as we go through these 30 days. This is what we did on the 5-day challenge, and this was very, very profound to clear the negative and then move towards your ideal positive feeling. So, could we go through that right now with you as an amazing example so we can all kind of follow along with our own examples if you have a New Year's resolution? So, how would you start out with this?
I still feel a bit annoyed at myself.
Good. Okay, so so you start with the sore spot, and what do you say with that?
Even though I feel annoyed, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself.
Good.
Even though I feel frustrated, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself.
Yeah. And she's being with it. She's feeling it. Very good. Anything else?
Disappointed. Even though I feel disappointed, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself.
Think about how long those feelings have been in there, just kind of building up and having the charge to create the thoughts that they create and so forth. And to finally acknowledge them. Good. Anything else?
It's been years, even though it's been years.
Yeah.
I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself.
Yeah, I realize a lot of us are probably still working on the same resolutions that maybe we've tried to work on for many years, right? That's just the nature of it, and you're totally not alone, right?
Yeah.
Anything else as you tune into
it? Making mistakes.
Yeah.
Deeply and profoundly love and accept myself.
And so notice, what's the feeling with making mistakes, even though what?
Oh, what an idiot.
Yeah, go ahead. Use that in the sentence.
Even though I feel like an idiot, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself.
Yeah. Hey, it's okay to say these things, because if you're not going to say it, it's going to stay in the subconscious. Would you guys rather it stay in your subconscious, or do you want to finally admit that's how you actually really feel so it can come out of you? Right?
Yeah, so I feel all like hot and sweaty, and I did the last clearing too. Is that normal? I don't know. Like really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very normal,
Yeah,
Victoria.
it's very normal.
Yeah, it's just like
You're doing great.
Yeah, it's hot. It gets super hot, right? You're doing
Yeah.
that's working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chi energy, when it travels on nerves, it creates heat, just like in electronics. Okay. Okay. So, anything else? Paying the mortgage, paying off the mortgage.
No. That's just the
Isn't that amazing? Okay, good.
Yep.
And so then I would then tap all the points, noticing how you still feel about it, right? If you notice there's anything still there, it was all the stuff that you brought on the surface. I go to side of hand, inside eyebrow, and so forth. Yep. And it can be fast. 5 to 8 to 10 taps or so. Keep your focus on it. And by the way, a lot of you know TFT and you know about the different algorithms, right? There's a ton of different algorithms. It's in my opinion that this is way easier and more effective because you don't really know the algorithm. I know the algorithm. I'll know the specific algorithm for you in the specific moment, but you probably don't. And so you might as well just tap all the points. You'll get so much more out of it. That's one thing about EFT I do like, is that they just combine all the points together. Except they leave out a lot of points sometimes. Okay. And then I would go through and tap all the points 2 times. Notice how you feel about it still. Okay, paying off the mortgage, right? You're still focusing on it, noticing how you feel. For some of you, if you have different examples, right? Okay, and then it's nice to end on a deep breath in and out. Okay, Victoria, as you think about paying off the mortgage, what's it feel like now? What do you notice?
Bit of a cool breeze.
Yeah.
Feel a lot better.
Yeah, you test very strong. Okay. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to make it really easy, right? And I'm testing you and there's nothing else to clear.
Yay.
Yeah. That's really great. Now we could go into more specifics. And as you notice, if you have one thing you're working on, there's going to be more and more specifics and nuances to go into, right? How's she going to pay it? When's it going to be paid? The amounts and everything, right? You can go into more specifics and you'll have that opportunity over these next 30 days, right? And then you're also going to get to the point where, wait, there's no more negative emotion there. But now there's a positive emotion. And then you start clearing the positive. And we're going to go more into that as well. Fantastic example, Victoria. Thank you for volunteering. Yeah.
Thank you.
So very simple. I was actually prepared to do a custom clearing for her. But she didn't need it. That's exciting. It's really exciting. That's why I love this stuff. Yeah. So we have the Telegram channel. I see a bunch of you just signed up again, or got more people that signed up here into the Telegram channel. Yeah, and that's pretty much the gist of this. We're going to meet again on, Lotus, when did we say we're going to meet? Friday. Yeah, we're going to meet again on Friday. I also do want to encourage you guys to link up in pairs. I'm not so sure how to do this yet. We do it in the master classes, which is easier because it's a smaller group, and I know that everyone's actually going to show up because they paid, to be there. But some of you, that's my little worry, is that some of you are just going to be here for the first day, and then you're not going to show up the rest of the days, right? Because there's always that crowd that, let me poke this with the stick and see if this is working or not. But then you don't show up, and then you find out it doesn't work because you didn't use it. So I would encourage to find someone in the group to pair up with. And if you want help with that, go to the Telegram channel and maybe say, have a, in other circles, we call this twinning, when you have a twin that you work with. And it's really advantageous to have someone you work with on a regular basis. You develop a great friend, but you also get a lot more done. Even if you tap together, because the mass and the spiritual energy of you, and when you're with someone else, actually overpowers the block easier, even with the same tapping technique. So if you do take this suggestion and get a partner in here somehow. Again, I'm still figuring out how to actually do this with everybody. Go to the Telegram channel and maybe comment and see if I'll make a post for finding a partner. Don't think you want to do this on your own. Okay, Lotus and I work with each other all the time, and I got this stuff down. And I still have a partner I do it with, right? Right. Think of any of your masters or teachers. Guess what? They learn from somebody, and they still work with other people, right? So don't think you're above it all, because if you think that, no one does this alone, right? So if you can find a partner, that's highly advantageous. You get more out of it. Plus, it's more like an accountability partner. Hey, did you tap today? Hey, did you clear today? That's really all you need to do. You don't have to develop a deep friendship or something. And some of you may get along, some of you may not. It's really just, hey, did you tap today? Right? Just have the conversation with the person to be accountable. If not, we'll also have the group there to do that as well.
I just wanted to share with everyone that when I finally made the decision to tap every day, like first moment of upset, first moment of something going wrong, and I made that decision, is when my entire life changed. Because suddenly I could shift how I felt whenever I wanted to. So if something negative was coming up, there I was tapping the side of the hand. There I was rubbing my tender spot. And it was through doing that, rubbing the tender spot, when I got stressed or tired or anxious or afraid, I suddenly felt like I just took back my power to live my life the way I want to live my life, without being at the effect of the world and other people right all around us, triggering us all the time. And I've talked to a lot of you who have decided to tap every day. And that's really the moment when your lives changed. That's really the moment you got the job. That's really the moment you manifested that new car. That's really the moment when you manifested that new relationship. That's really the moment you got that body you've been working so hard to create. That's really the moment you finally broke free of all those negative thoughts.
That's the moment I met you, Lotus. Except I didn't know it, because she had a boyfriend. And I was like, why did I not get the soulmate yet? I know I used the technique right. And I was perplexed for such a long time, but then I already knew her. Wow.
Yeah, we were like best friends.
There's a question here from Zach. Zach, could you unmute, please? You had a couple questions about feelings and tapping into the feelings, and I want to make sure I get this for you. Because Catalin had the same issue, where it's hard to identify the feeling. Zach, are you there somewhere? Where are you?
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you. Yep.
Yeah. So for me, I guess really tapping into the feeling, it's hard to gauge what the feeling is sometimes. I don't really always feel like, okay, how does it feel when I get to this point? And sometimes it's not as strong as I want it to be, where I can actually gauge the feeling. And that's why I was kind of, how do you really tap into that feeling more? Where it's a lot stronger?
Okay, what's the example?
I'm trying to think of, so I guess for me, like I want to manifest a car, for example, right? And so getting into the car.
Yeah.
And how does it actually feel to be in this car? And sometimes it's not as strong as I want it to be. It's not as, I can't really tap into the feeling. I don't know if it's just the specifics of like, how does it specifically feel when I have the feel of the steering wheel, or you know what I mean. I don't know how to really gauge the feeling, how to make it stronger. You know.
I mean, did you go test drive it so you can actually know what it's like?
No.
That might be helpful if you can actually sit in the chair and feel the cushion. Is there another example of maybe clearing like maybe a negative trigger where it's hard to feel? Or is it mostly with like trying to feel good with manifesting a thing?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
You do have a reversal on feeling, and I'm working on clearing that for you as you're talking.
Okay.
So as for like a negative thing that you would want to clear, what is that like? Because you also asked about getting the specificity, right?
Yeah, specificity for sure. You said what's a negative thing that I wanted to clear?
Yeah, like is it easier for you to feel a block or a negative feeling?
I would say it's easier for me to feel a negative feeling. I feel like that's just a pathway that I formed, you know, in my brain is to go back to that negative feeling more than it is the good, I guess. Does that make sense?
Say it again.
Is it easier to just naturally go back to the bad feeling than the good feeling? Because
If
I feel like that's what I'm.
If that's your pattern, and that's usually.
I feel like that's what it is too.
Yeah. So, yeah. Your feelings will become easier over time, and some people do have a block with feeling specifically, right? And there could be a lot of reasons for that. But it's exercised over time, you know. I wasn't always able to smell through space and time, but as I cleared more and more, I could sense and feel other people's emotions, and you know, instead of me just feeling me, I can feel other people. How does that happen? I don't know. You just keep clearing until you're so aware of what is. Any other examples of how you would use tapping where you have questions with? How about this? If I were you, I would clear the fact that I can't feel. So like when we do the sore spot exercise, you always want to acknowledge how you feel on the surface. And sometimes it's like, even though I feel like I'm numb, that's a feeling. Even though I feel like I'm not feeling, you can be okay with that. You can release the need to feel, because when you go to sleep and you dream, do you have to try to visualize what's going on? Or does it just come to you? Right? So if you just get out of your own way of what's going on, the feelings naturally come. I don't know if that helps.
Zach, you're muted, so we can't hear you if you're going to share. I was
thinking, that I feel like it is a block on feeling too.
I would just focus on that. Even though I'm not feeling, I love and accept myself. Is there a frustration with not feeling?
Frustration with not feeling,
or something similar.
I don't think so.
Well, you have a concern.
Like a concern with like feeling?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
This goes somewhere. Why is it so bad you can't feel?
I feel like there's a lot of the blocks that made me. It's the trauma, I think, honestly. I feel like it's trauma that made me not want to feel. Could that be it, do you think?
You're going to know the answer. Continually just go down the track of what you feel on the surface. You don't have to know more. You don't have to know what's deeper. Okay? And this can become misconstrued because I want to get to the root cause of what's the block, right? But I want to know what's deeper. Well, the only way for you to actually know what the deeper thing is to start where you're at and then go one step deeper. and you're going to have the whole trail led to you in the most elaborate, amazing story, if you get it cleared, if you can get there. And you're going to have all the answers are right there, just waiting. But a lot of us think we have to be in a different focus, or, hey, how come Tyson can feel and I can't? I'm not going to be able to use this. It's not going to work for me. Oh, no. You have feelings different from him or anybody. So I would just work on exactly how you feel, which is you feel like you're not feeling, which in essence is a feeling. You're feeling something. You have awareness somewhere in this existence, right? And so you're going to notice that if you go down on this, down the layers, you're going to get to something profound. Because, wait, I can't feel anything, so therefore I can't manifest what I want. And because I can't manifest what I want, I feel like I'm this. You're going to go down a track that's going to give you a big release.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
Good. Stick with us. Keep coming. You got 30 days here to put this to the test.
I'm excited for the next 30 days. This is going to be very, very, very what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be very dynamic.
Yeah. It can be. Well, thank you for your question, Zach. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the answer.
Yeah. Yeah, put the stuff to use. It's magical. I've helped people remember past lives when they never remember past lives without hypnosis, just by clearing and doing this stuff. You can remember past lives by doing what we're doing here. Okay? Yeah, we have someone online that shared a couple of times how she went through the 3-day one of our 3-day classes, and now she's remembering past lives and all kinds of things, right? It's all here. You have it all now. And I'm going to help you clear more and more as we go, right? And Lotus is as well, and she's going to bring it to another level too. But I'm going to save her for later. All right, guys. This has been a great meeting. Happy New Year to all of you. Go to the Telegram channel to get the downloads for the chart and the calendar. Lotus, anything else you want to share before we go?
You guys, you're in the right place. This is the right time. This is the beginning of 2025. We're literally on the first day. Here we are. We're grabbing the bull by the friggin' horns, as they say. Okay. And you've got massive support and love from both Michael and I, and from all of you. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's like a force. And we are so freaking excited. Imagine we have the community. We have the support. We have the tools. Stick with us. Keep coming back. And I swear we are going to freaking change this freaking world this year.
Yeah.
So get ready to fly, my friends. 2025, y'all. It's time. Who's ready? Who's with me? Who's ready to get this party friggin' started?
And you can check off day number 1 because you were here. So great job. You've already started it. All right. Much love. We will see you on Friday, and you'll get updates through the email and the Zoom event as well. So much love. Perhaps we'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.